Thanks for joining me, Renee Fong on News on 2. The mood was somber as the people of Pahang bade their former ruler Sultan Ahmad Shah Al-Mustain Billah Ibni Almarhum Sultan Abu Bakar a final farewell yesterday. Thousands dressed in black or white thronged Istana Abu Bakar to pay their last respects, while thousands more lined the route from the palace to the Sultan Ahmad Shah Mosque and the Royal Mausoleum. After the lying-in state, the Sultan's remains were taken to the Sultan Ahmad Shah Mosque for Zohor prayers led by Pahang Mufti Datuk Sri Abdul Rahman Osman. The ceremony lasted about 20 minutes before the late Sultan's remains were taken on the final leg of his journey to the Royal Mausoleum. An 88-gun salute for each year of his life was fired along the way. Sultan Ahmad Shah's remains were then laid to rest beside the grave of his wife, Tengku Ampuan Pahang, Tengku Afzan Tengku Muhammad, who died on 29th of June 1988. Feeling of sadness filled the air when the young Dipertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and his brother Tengku Muda Pahang, Tengku Abdul Rahman, laid the tombstone on their father's grave. Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin says his ministry will set up a special task force soon to investigate enforced disappearances of Pastor Raymond Koh Keng Ju and social activist Amri Chep Mat. He also said the task force will analyse the report and then decide on the appropriate course of action that must be taken either by the ministry or any other relevant authority on the matter.
Kita nak memastikan bahawa anggota yang menjadi anggota ini selain daripada polis, ada pihak-pihak yang saya fikir sesuai akan kita namakan dan diberikan satu tempoh yang berpatutan, mungkin 3 bulan sebagai contoh untuk mengemukakan keputusan hasil daripada siasatan terhadap laporan yang telah dikeluarkan oleh Suhakam tadi.
Speaking at a program to inculcate good values in civil servants at the Putrajaya International Convention Centre, Tan Sri Muhyiddin also noted that the members of the task force, which will consist of 6 to 7 individuals, will be revealed very soon. Based on a public inquiry which began in October 2017, Suhakam came up with the conclusion that the Bukit Aman Special Branch was responsible for the enforced disappearances of Koh and Amri. 3 light rapid transit LRT stations along the Sri Petaling line service, namely Bandaraya, Sultan Ismail and PWTC, will be temporarily closed from 6 to 9 a.m. on 9th, 16th and 23rd June for track upgrading works. Prasarana Malaysia Berhad Prasarana in a statement yesterday said throughout this period, trains from Ampang and Putra Heights would end at the Bandaraya LRT station, while the trains from Sentul Timur would end at the PWTC LRT stations. Free shuttle bus services will be provided between the Bandaraya and the PWTC LRT stations with a frequency of 15 minutes, while those travelling to the Sultan Ismail LRT station are advised to board the free shuttle buses from the Bandaraya or PWTC LRT stations. Prasarana also said that on 9th, 16th and 20th of June, part of Jalan Merpati located near the Sultan Ismail LRT station would be closed from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. as a safety measure, as heavy equipment will be used during the track upgrading works. Commuters can visit www.myrapid.com.my or interact with MyRapid staff through its Facebook page or Twitter at MyRapidKL for more information. Health Ministry encourages insurance companies to provide coverage for mental illness. Deputy Health Minister Dr. Lee Boon Chye said mental illness was a major problem in Malaysia as almost 2 out of 10 teenagers reported depression.
Coverage untuk insurans ini lebih kepada satu business proposal dan juga dikawasi oleh bank negara. Jadi bukan dikawasi oleh Kementerian Kesihatan. Jadi dari pihak Kementerian Kesihatan kita menggalakkan supaya syarikat-syarikat insurans mengkaji, memberikan liputan untuk penyakit mental.
Speaking at the opening of the Confucius Teaching Cultural Exhibition held at Sekolah Menengah Poi Lam Sowa in Ipoh, Perak, Dr. Lee said the ministry is working with the Education Ministry and the Women, Family and Community Development Ministry to counter mental health issues among teenagers in the country. According to the National Health and Morbidity Survey 2017, 17.7% of females and 18.9% of males aged between 13 and 17 reported they are feeling depressed, while 42.3% females and 37.1% males reported feeling anxious. Majlis Amanah Rakyat has confirmed that a student from the Kuala Klawang Vocational College died, while 25 other people were injured in an accident at Jalan Pantai Bukit Tangga in Jelebu Negeri Sembilan. The bus was carrying students from the Kuala Klawang Vocational College and Kuala Klawang Mara Junior College MRSM and were headed to Seremban to board buses to return to their respective hometowns for the Aidilfitri holidays. Mara's Corporate Communications Department in a statement released yesterday said the bus was believed to have lost control before colliding with a Nissan X-Trail. The bus overturned at the foot of a hill while the SUV turned turtle in the middle of the road. Police were alerted to the incident at 3:41 p.m. and a total of 14 personnel in 2 fire engines from the Jelebu, Seremban and Senawang fire stations and 6 ambulances were deployed to the location. The deceased as well as the victims were sent to the Tuanku Jaafar Hospital in Seremban, and police are currently investigating the cause of the accident. Pulau Pinang police have seized drugs worth more than 500,000 ringgit and arrested 7 men aged 23 to 51 in 5 separate raids between 18 to 21st May this year. State Police Chief Dato' T. Narena Sagarin said the drugs comprise 5.2 kilogram shabu, 8,400 eramin 5 pills, 444 ecstasy pills and 50.75 gram of ketamine.
Datang dalam bentuk macam teh. Ya, sebab benda tu di luar tu dia punya chop tu adalah chop kata teh. Teh adalah nama Cina tu. Tapi bila dibuka tengok tu dalam tu adalah kristal shabu lah. Ingat itu adalah salah satu hela dia untuk mengaburi pihak penguatkuasa untuk mengenal pasti bahawa mereka ni terlibat dalam pengedaran dadah. So kalau kita tengok secara imbas tu kita ingat macam bungkusan teh. Ya. Ini adalah salah satu MO ataupun modus operandi pengedar dadah ni.
Police also seized around 177,000 ringgit in cash, a motorcycle and 4 cars during the raids. The Pulau Pinang Police Chief further noted that they are currently investigating the source of the drugs, which is believed to be meant for the local market. All the suspects have been remanded to facilitate investigation, and the case is currently being investigated under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952 for trafficking dangerous drugs. A man was charged in the Ipoh Magistrates Court in Perak yesterday with the murder of his father on 9th May. However, no plea was taken from P. Karish Kurma Sharma, 21, when the charges were read to him in front of Magistrate Zarul An-Nur Umar. According to the charges, Karish Kurma Sharma allegedly killed R. Pardeep Kumar, 56, at a house at Taman Bercham, Ipoh between 4:30 and 7 p.m. on 9th May. The charge under Section 302 of the Penal Code carries the mandatory death sentence on conviction. Magistrate Zarul An-Nur Umar then fixed 26 June mention. The accused was represented by counsel Ranjit Singh, while Deputy Public Prosecutor Nur Azmaniza Muhammad represented the prosecution. Kedah Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Mukris Mahathir says the first phase of Kedah Rubber City KRC will be completed by next year. He said the initiative steered by the Northern Corridor Implementation Authority (NCIA) has been conceptualized and instituted to revolutionize the nation's rubber industry. Datuk Sri Mukri said the KRC would be developed in an area with minimal existing economic activities but designed to be instrumental in transforming the area as well as stimulating the overall socio-economic development of the Northern Corridor Economic Region (NCER). This will be achieved by accelerating the development of public infrastructures such as roads and amenities, attracting private investors to set up factories, offices and warehouses, creating employment opportunities and improving skills of the local workforce to meet the demands of the industry activities. The Kedah Menteri Besar said this at a workshop titled Developing Rubber Cities in the Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand Growth Triangle, sharing the country's experience in the planning and development of rubber cities in Putrajaya yesterday. His text was read by Guar Cempedak State Assemblyman Datuk Wira Dr. Ku Abdul Rahman Ku Ismail, a member of KRC's Project Steering Committee. Primary Industries Minister Theresa Cox-Susim says her ministry will hold a meeting with members of the European Parliament and European Council in October in its mission to promote the country's palm oil. She said the promotion will be carried out once the new European Parliament members have been appointed through the elections. Theresa said that it is important to understand the next delegated regulation will be reviewed in 2021. Therefore, the ministry will have to work hard to promote the country's palm oil for the next 2 years.
Ini adalah satu proses yang mana sampai yang pada tahun 2021 ia akan dikaji semula oleh European Union dan juga European Parliament, dan saya rasa kita ada 2 tahun lah yang mana kita harus yang buat yang semakin we have to try our very best untuk industri sawit kita supaya kita boleh dapat mencapai yang mereka akan kaji semula yang apa yang mereka luluskan di EU ini.
Speaking at the Palm Oil Student Ambassador Program in Kuala Lumpur yesterday, Theresa noted that for the time being, EU's decision would not bring immediate impact to the country's economy. The owner of English champions Manchester City is considering the possibility of buying one of the football clubs in Malaysia. Youth and Sports Minister Syed Abdul Rahman says it was one of the 2 initial plans discussed by the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Manchester City delegation led by its Chief Executive Officer, Ferran Soriano, when both parties met in Putrajaya yesterday. From the ministry's perspective, Syed Saddiq was hoping that the collaboration could also give a positive impact on the development of youth through the National Football Development Programme, NFDP, as well as Mokhtar Dahari Academy MDA in Gambang.
And I believe there will be future visits to see how we can move forward together. As you all know, the City Group doesn't just own Manchester City, but I think it's about 5 or 6. 7 teams, and now I notice just now that there's still a lacuna or a loophole or an absence of City Group in Southeast Asia. They purchased looking in India, in China, so they've covered there, but in Southeast Asia.
According to Syed Saddiq, his ministry would also like to see a collaboration in terms of development of youth through NFDP and MDA. Besides Manchester City, the group also owns and has shares in New York City FC, Melbourne City, Yokohama F. Marinos, Atletico Torque in Uruguay, and Spanish side Girona FC. They then increased their portfolios to 7 clubs by purchasing China's Sichuan Jiuniu. However, Soriano did not reveal the name of the club that the group was interested in buying. Before we go on, let's take a look at the 3rd chapter of the legendary hitman John Wick's adventure. Let's take a look.